of personal sin, whether as a result of territorial sin or foundations and bloodline, by the mercy of God, I decree and declare their legal hold over you is hereby broken. Hereby broken. Therefore, every negative pattern, every frequent occurrence that is inconsistent with that which the word of God says should be, in the name that is above all names, I bring to end those patterns now. Any system of
the directors of education that you listen to here, they are men and women that we are celebrating because there is something between their ears. And when there is something between your ears, you don't have to tell us. You open your mouth and we know that there is something useful between your ears. Today, therefore, we come here not to make many lengthy speeches. We come here to remind ourselves and to remind the young men and women that there is a future, that the world is looking for new young men. And what are the new young men that the world is looking for? The world is looking for new young men who are disciplined. Because discipline is at the heart of who you are. No matter how educated you are, no matter how rich you are, if you do not have the gift of discipline, then you are a danger to society. Today, I am asking you, young men and women, be disciplined that you may be a good global citizen. The world is looking for young men who are humble. Humility is the mother's milk of greatness. If you see any man or any woman who, because they have gone to school or because they have wealth, are arrogant and shun humility, they are a danger to themselves and danger to society. Today I'm encouraging you, young men who are here, embrace the gift of humility. The directors of education that you listen to here, they are men and women that we are celebrating because there is something between their ears. And when there is something between your ears, you don't have...
There's a lot of wanton destruction that is going on in this country. Beginning with this, we're not going to tolerate this anymore in this country. We are a poor country, people are trying to help us, and other people are bent on destroying this country. You have problem, we have the rule of law, we have every way in this place to be able to listen to you, but we're not going to accept this. And we're asking the Minister of Justice, all of the security apparatus, including our friends, to investigate this letter. People who are culprit, we will deal with them, and we'll set the tune for all other people who, when they get angry, they burn down the police, they destroy this. We're not going to allow this. So we just want to say, to console the members of the first family in this government, and we're in sympathy with them, but this destruction we have to stop. And we're not going to allow this to happen in this country. But people who have problems, we have the way to remedy all the issues in this country. So that's all I have to tell you. I'm happy that you are here. You will look at yourself, but we're not going to settle for this. This is not a place for hooligans. This is a place for responsible people who are here to serve the Liberian people. This country is poor, and I don't care what they do, we'll build this country for the interest of future generations. Thank you.
Thank you. Any system of authorization, whether as a result of personal sin, whether as a result of territorial sin or foundations and bloodline, by the mercy of God, I decree and declare their legal hold over you is hereby broken. Hereby broken. Therefore, every negative pattern, every frequent occurrence that is inconsistent with that which the word of God says should be, in the name that is above all names, I bring to end those patterns now. Any system of
all right.
Well, my name is Chineti Aton. I'm a Liberian. I work with ArcelorMittal and I'm an ADT operator. I started as FMS driver first. They don't own a board, ADT. They started training on. Now I'm an ADT operator. I feel good. I feel good driving ADT truck. But before driving a truck, my first time operating a truck, it was very difficult because you know, immediately see the machine head like this, you know, the fear into me. But then I saw other people operating it. Why the person operating it? Why can't I operate it? So, and then I drove fear away. Talk to myself. You can do it. Once other people are doing it, you can do it. And then I started operating the machine. Today, I am operator. I feel good operating it because all I can do it, so I can do it.
First time I saw a train was in Mehnsonnoh, and it was in 2008 with ArcelorMittal Liberia. It's been really emotional, and I've been really hopeful because coming right out of the crisis, I knew that there would have been a time where development will have to take place. So it was based on that I forged in becoming a civil engineer, and I was hopeful that we could develop fast as possible since we're just coming out of the war. So when ArcelorMittal came to Liberia, I felt very impressed and decided to take the opportunity to get an employment with ArcelorMittal so that I can be a part of the upgrading process of the railway.
Any system of authorization, whether as a result of personal sin, whether as a result of territorial sin, or foundations and bloodline, by the mercy of God, I decree and declare their legal hold over you is hereby broken. Hereby broken. Therefore, every negative pattern, every frequent occurrence that is inconsistent with that which the word of God says should be, in the name that is above all names, I bring to end those patterns now. Any system of authorization, whether
okay, so what a blessed way to say good evening to all of you who have tuned in. Good afternoon, no matter where you find yourself this evening. My name is Ambassador Edmund Walakewon Gbarwee. Today is a sad day in our country. Today is a sad day in our nation. And we are just grateful to God because He said in His word, whatever happens, we should say thank you to Him. He's a giver and He's a taker. But actually, while we observing in Liberia today, 2 many fire incidents at the Capitol building, and also today in Grand Bassa County, we equally so notice fire. Want to say, whatever property has been lost, homes destroyed, people are vulnerable. Want to say, never mind. But again, this is the truth of the matter. Want to say good evening to all of you who have joined us. All we need you to do is to keep sharing this live video with somebody. Before we start, we will take this special message from the President of the Republic of Liberia, Ambassador President Joseph Nyuma when he visited the executive mansion today. From there, we're going to be going to our guest. He's pretty much seated, so keep sharing this live video with somebody in your reach. Let's take this message, let's take this speech from President Joseph Nyuma.
There's a lot of wanton destruction that is going on in this country. Beginning with this, we're not going to tolerate this anymore in this country. We are a poor country, people are trying to help us, and other people are bent on destroying this country. You have problem, we have the rule of law, we have every way in this place to be able to listen to you, but we're not going to accept this. And we're asking the Minister of Justice, all of the security apparatus, including our friends, to investigate this letter. People who are culprit, we will deal with them, and we'll set the tune for all other people who, when they get angry, they burn down the police, they destroy this. We're not going to allow this. So we just want to say, to console the members of the first family in this government, that we're in sympathy with them, but the destruction we have to stop. And we're not going to allow this to happen in this country. But people who have problems, we have the way to remedy all the issues in this country. So that's all I have to tell you. I'm happy that you are here. You will look at yourself, but we're not going to settle for this. This is not a place for hooligans. This is a place for responsible people who are here to serve the Liberian people. This country is poor, and I don't care what they do, we'll build this country for the interest of future generations. Thank you.
His Excellency President.
Well, so good evening. We always love to start by saying good evening to the people of District Number 9, Representative Tarwungbe and his citizens of District Number 9. You might be there in Bidoru, you might be there in Blilo, you might be there in Do Zela, Mehnsonnoh, wherever you find yourself in District 9, we say good evening to you. These are sad times in our nation, waking up to the Capitol building, to the chambers, the joint chambers of the Capitol building got burned today. Sadly, we want to say sorry, but very shortly we'll be going to our guest. We just watching him in the bike. As soon as he's seated, we're going to be going to him. But good evening to the people of District Number 8, Representative Semiana and his people. Good evening to the people of District Number 7, Musa Belete and his people of District Number 7. Good evening to District Number 6, Orotuan Glikia and his citizens. Good evening to the people of District Number 5, Representative Sam G. Koga and his citizens. Good evening to the people of District Number 4, ONESIMUS ZEON. And good evening to District Number 3, Nekege. Good evening to District 2, Representative Nyaflomo Senior. He is actually the co-chair for the board of the One Nimba House Media Incorporated. I want to say good evening to the people of District Number 1, Sam Brown. Good evening to Superintendent Kwame Apegono. Good evening to the County Health Team Officer, Dr. Dolo, and all of his health workers. We understand the health workers are on go slow. Too many things happening in our country. Too many tension. But this is what we're going to take to just listen to Patrick Ledumba. From there, we go to our guest right away. Good evening to Vice President Jeremiah Kpankun. Good evening to Senator Nyan Twayen. Our sympathy to Senator Johnson's family.
The directors of education that you listen to here, they are men and women that we are celebrating because there is something between their ears. And when there is something between your ears, you don't have to tell us. You open your mouth and we know that there is something useful between your ears. Today, therefore, we come here not to make many lengthy speeches. We come here to remind ourselves and to remind the young men and women that there is a future, that the world is looking for new young men. And what are the new young men that the world is looking for? The world is looking for new young men who are disciplined. Because discipline is at the heart of who you are. No matter how educated you are, no matter how rich you are, if you do not have the gift of discipline, then you are a danger to society. Today, I am asking you, young men and women, be disciplined that you may be a good global.
So that was the word we were looking for, discipline. So without not much that we do, we're going to usher in our guests here this evening, and we want you all to get glued to your radio. Let us acknowledge that this broadcast is being simulcast on Radio Voice of Yarmein there in Lamco, Yekepa. So good evening to the people of Yarmein and Yekepa. Madison Dolo is at control, and Antoinette Johnson is also watching with us. This broadcast is also live on Radio Larwheyii in Tappita, Nimba Kante. Thanks to Fred Yekepa, Emmanuel T Jr. and the team out there. This broadcast is also live on Radio Saclepea in Saclepea City, Nimba Kante. Thanks to manager Robert Matali, Uriah Goah Jr., and all of our friends out there at Radio Saclepea. And this broadcast is equally so live on Radio Voice of Yarmein Mehnsonnoh in Zekepa. Thanks to manager Imalaka Luis, and our technical man who is at control tonight, Rufus Bob Dorliea. Without not much that we do, we're going to go to our guest who's pretty much seated to introduce himself for the benefit of all those who are watching on Nimba D-9 TV, on Facebook, Nimba D-9 TV, on YouTube, Nimba D-9 TV on www.onenimbahouse.com, and also on Radio Voice of Yarmein Mehnsonnoh page. Sir, welcome to the Truth of the Matter, and it's all over to you to introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Edmund. Thank you for this opportunity, and I would first of all like to start by saying good evening to the people of Nimba, the beautiful people of Nimba, and all the way there in Warena. That's one of the area I always like. And good evening to the people of Ganta City. I'm happy to be here today. My name is ONESIMUS ZEON. I actually hail from Grand Bassa, but from Nimba County as well. So I have two roots. So I have a BSc, that is the Bachelor of Science degree in georesource. Other people will call it resource geology. And I also have a Master's of Science degree, MSc, in geological engineering. So presently, I'm a bilingual. I speak both English and French fluently. Yeah. So for sports, I love football very well. I love to swim. I love to play pool game. Yeah. So that's basically the fundamental introduction of myself. Thank you.
Wow. We will want to say welcome, and you are being heard across Nimba County, Grand Bassa County, Bomb County, Riverside County, and some parts of Lofa, some parts of Guinea and Ivory Coast. This is how wide you are, and the world is also watching you. So whichever way, if you are on listening to other of these radio stations, and we want to see ONESIMUS, our guest, our scholar, one of ArcelorMittal Liberia scholars, who is currently joining us from Accra, Ghana, you can search for us on Nimba D-9 TV on Facebook, or you can search for us on Nimba D-9 TV on YouTube. But share this live video with somebody in your reach. Leave your comments and we will read them as we move forward. On this month, welcome again. But waking up, being far away from your homeland, waking up in the morning, going through your Facebook, seeing that your capital building that you left intact is burned, especially the chambers where the lawmakers can go and sit to meet and discuss about Liberia and other activities, is on fire. And then later on in the day, you also hear that a home and a tanker truck is also on fire in Grand Bassa County. How do you
Wow.
feel before we move forward?
Well, it's actually sad to hear such unfortunate news in our country. First of all, the incidents that took place at the Capitol building concerning the fire incident, is very sad. Seeing our, House of Parliament being burned, to such a level is a sad story, and but we cannot judge, we cannot hold anybody responsible yet until a thorough and independent investigation is, being done into the case. However, sometimes it will even be electrical fault. But we pray for Liberia as well, the political field, the political arena in Liberia. We pray that Liberia will rise again after all these devastating incidents. And to the beautiful people of Grand Bassa, it is sad to hear such news coming from Grand Bassa this evening. I actually watched the video, and I was very devastated by that. I really hope that no life was lost and that everything will be, restored in subsequent time.
Wow, that is called leadership. We want to say thank you. Thank you so very much. So, once again, just to all of you, last week we hosted one of ArcelorMittal Liberia scholars, and today we are hosting one, and this one is ONESIMUS Zeon. He has just introduced himself, and why are we involved with bringing up scholars? It's important to do this because our country, first of all, we need many wonderful trained people into different fields of studies that they can come here to help contribute to the growth and development of Liberia. So preparing your minds is important. Next year, we're going to be getting involved also with scholars from our various high schools and colleges that are in Nimba County, because it's important for people to know that yes, this person is a best brain. We will not always go for the best political person. We will not always go for the best soccer player, which are all important. But how about our scholars, people who are branding their brains? Without not much that we do on this month, we want to say welcome to the broadcast, welcome to the truth of the matter. This is where we come in the evening on every Wednesday and share our thoughts, laugh about things, but we do this intentionally to grow the emotions of people that they can be able to get involved with different activities. Uh, Janet is also watching us from Liberia, from Carwell. She said, "Boss, yes." So we want to say thank you. Share this live video, and at some point we're going to be opening up the line. Janet is watching us, and all of you who are tuned in, we want to say welcome to the show here tonight. On this month is here with us. He is a scholar. On this month, before we go further, what does it mean to be an engineer? Before then, where did you start your primary education, for example? We want to sit and listen to you about some of these stories coming up before earning your Bachelor of Art degree and then now your master's degree and all of that. Where did you start your education?
Wow. That's a beautiful question. My primary education all started, you are trying to remind me about Ganta. So my primary education started in Ganta. I actually moved to Ganta with my mother, and my father at the age of, I think, 1 week when I was born. Yeah, and I can remember the very first school my mother tried me to. It was at the Methodist school. They sent me to the Methodist school, and when I went to school and came back the next day, my mom asked me, to go to school again for the next day. I was like, oh, I thought I have just gone to school. Why am I going back again? So, at the time they discovered that I was very young, to go to school. But then as time went by, my second school I attended was Hope Foundation. I don't know if you know that place or if it is still there around Batu
It is still,
Koto Junction there.
yeah,
Yeah,
foundation, yes. Mm-hmm.
yeah, right behind the Photon Domba yard there. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sorry, I left from Nima County for a very long time since I think 2010.
Wow.
So I don't know most of those places again. Yeah, so I went to Hope Foundation, and then I don't know if I got promoted to any class or whatsoever because it was basically my elementary days, or let's say kindergarten. And then from there, I went to SRCM, yeah, around the Oka garage to where Opa High house. Yeah, Opa with the beer garden. Yeah, I went
Yeah.
SRCM. Then they used to use yellow and green uniform, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, but where my eye really opened up in elementary or in, let's say, in totals is mostly how you call that school? Peterson, JW Peterson. Yeah,
Okay,
Peterson,
JWPS in
JW
high
Peterson.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was there in the elementary school, and then uh, luckily we moved to Monrovia. As soon as we moved to Monrovia, it didn't stay long, and Nima County got attacked by the war. Yeah, and then I subsequently enrolled at Mark Foundation Elementary and Junior High School at the Jamaica Road. Yeah, and after that, because of the war outbreak in Monrovia again, we had to move. My mother sent me at the orphanage home, there where I was, because I got a double promotion in Mark Foundation from second grade to fourth grade. So I started fourth grade in the orphanage home, living there with my auntie, the former superintendent of Grand Bazaar, who just passed away, Madam Julia Bono. Yeah, so I graduated from the orphanage home school from second grade to fourth grade, and then from second grade to sixth grade. So I graduated because it was only elementary level. So it was how I started my junior high level from the Basel High School, and subsequently I went to 11th grade. Yes, and then I was out of different reason, I left from Basel High and I went to the Buchanan Open Bible School where I ended my secondary education. And then after graduation, I had to travel from Liberia to go to Morocco and further my, tertiary education.
Wow. Well, so just in case you join us, like next scene, we one has joined us from Senekole in Nimba County. We want to say welcome. The program is called The Truth of the Matter, and this is where we come. Today we are playing host to one of ArcelorMittal Liberia scholars from Accra, Ghana, and his name is ONESIMUS Zeon. And we have Imala Nya Kamara. He says he's closely following us live from Nimba County. James W. Matali is our senior reporter there in Car Place City, Nimba County. He's also following this broadcast. And we have G. Eric Golake Senior. He's watching us from New Georgia community in Saclepea Central, Nimba County. We have Dolo Victor say, he said he's watching us from Dudport Road. And Ferguson say, Andrew say, I'm following the broadcast from Accra, Ghana. Thanks to the Nimba D-9 TV family. So those are people. Hit the share button and keep on sharing this broadcast. Today we are playing host to ONESIMUS Zeon. You know, your email you sent to me, I noticed you had Dwoki name in that email. Are you related to the Dwokids?
Oh, that's a beautiful question, and I would just like, since I'm talking about him, I would like to have just 5 seconds of moment of silence for his soul to rest in peace. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, Samuel said Doki. I'm not his biological son, but he was actually a man who used to like me when I was coming up as a child in Ganta City. Because my father, Mr. Zeon, he was one of the prominent citizens in Nimba County. We had agriculture farm running in Urena. If you ask anybody around Point there about the Zeon, they will tell you. We have bakery and restaurant running in Ganta. We were firstly living opposite Bashisto, the white man, and then we moved to Point Parking, to where they used to sell the gas, to Point Parking. Yeah, there where we were. So the name Doki came about in a way that when my mother was pregnant for me, my father was also working in the Triple S, the Special Security Service. Services.
Yes.
Yes. So being that my father was the one who used to supply Charles Taylor with food from the agriculture farm, most of those top government officials knew him because he was actually running his restaurant in Ganta. So when Samuel said Doki, I know Kuku Dennis, all those people, when they come from Morovia, they always used to stop, at my mother's or my father's restaurant to refresh themselves. So when he get to know my mother back then, my mother was pregnant for me, and he told my mother, if when my mother gives birth, and if it is a girl child, the girl child should have been named Janet. Janet was his wife, was Doki's wife, Janet Doki. And if it was a boy, the child would be named Doki. So that was how I inherited the Doki name. It was actually my official name I was using in school, but due to the war crisis in Liberia and the fear for I don't know what was going on in Liberia, but my mom said I should, have the Doki name and then try to use ONESIMUS. Yeah, so that's how I just decided to put a D in the center.
Wow. So sometimes it becomes very emotional on this platform. This is why it's called the truth of the matter. Miss Sam Dwoki and his family, who were gruesomely being murdered, souls rest in peace. But he lives in you, and we want to say thank you so much for that. Yes.
Edmund, let me. Okay, you talked about his murder. Actually, the event that led to his murder, I should have been into that particular situation, but it was my father who stopped. Yeah, it was my father who stopped him from taking me from my mother, because I think he was coming to Ghana on, I think, graduation of one of his children or birthday, something, and then he was attacked on a highway in Liberia. It was how he was burned to ashes in his car. Yeah, so I should have
This
been
is
in
the
that.
truth of the matter, and we want to say again, may his soul and his family's soul rest in peace. He lives in you, and he lives in you, and never mind. Konakun said he's following us from Morovia. We got Timothy Garson. He said he's watching from Ganta LPRC. And we had Derek Dwoki, one of your cousins. He's also my schoolmate. According school board, Derek Dwoki is watching this live video. Derek, our sympathy to you all for the loss of Samuel Dwoki. But he lives in ONESIMUS, and ONESIMUS is right here with us. Sinone Nimble said, look at my personal king. I am proud of you, big baby. And they praise you, Papa. They say you, baby. Anyway, the men are scholar now. So,
Yeah.
Titus William Senior self falling live from Morocco. ONESIMUS Zeon, a three Moroccan scholar. Oh, 2 minute commendation. Say Lakwa said he's falling from his twin, city Nimba, Saclepea city Nimba County resident. Glewase Leon Pay is also watching. Nathan M. Bia Blair is watching. And all of you who are watching want to say we are hosting ONESIMUS Zeon here today, a foster son of the late Samuel Dwoki. This is why the truth of the matter is here for. But let's move faster. And at what point did you come in contact with ArcelorMittal, and today you are in Ghana? You have earned for yourself a master's degree in geological engineering. We will sit and listen to you to tell us how did you get in connection with ArcelorMittal, because there are too many myths, too many misunderstandings about ArcelorMittal that they never take anybody who is from its host community. More often we hear that, but you are from Grand Bassa County
Oh,
and from Nimba County. So how did it happen? Let's listen to you.
so I talked about my primary education, but I didn't talk about my tertiary education. Actually, I'm a winner of two major scholarships in Liberia.
You are also
Uh,
welcome for you to do that.
yeah, I'm a winner of two major scholarships in Liberia. Hello, can you hear me?
Well, Lisbon, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm hearing you very well.
Okay, yes. So like I was saying, I said you are also welcome to do that. Prince G
Yes,
Doma is also watching us. Sandra Samuels is watching us. Many people are joining this broadcast. We are going strictly education tonight. So ONESIMUS is here. ONESIMUS, you can go ahead.
thank you. So as I was saying, for my tertiary education, it all started. First of all, for the disclaimer, this is my second scholarship I have won from Liberia, and I actually won the first scholarship from the government of Liberia under the administration of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to go to Morocco to study. So during the day of my graduation, I was fortunate enough to have the former representative of Buchanan District Number 3, Honorable Gabriel Buchanan Smith, who paved the way for me to go and apply for the Liberian, Liberian Moroccan bilateral scholarship. And I was fortunate enough, with hard work and determination, I merited a scholarship because all of those scholarships in Liberia, people may say it is their people that they put them on, but no, it's merit based. It's very tough. You go through a lot of screening processes, through a lot of processes to be able to win it. So when I went to Morocco, I did my BSc in resource geology. First of all, I studied the French language because every lesson there was learned in French and Arabic. Yeah, so I went through that study and gracefully I came out successfully with a BSc in resource geology. But then I came back to Liberia in 2021 looking for a job. The atmosphere in Liberia was a little bit tedious, especially with a BSc degree in Liberia. There are many people having BSc degree now, so the job market is more competitive. Yeah, so what I did was, though I have few internship going on or few contracts going on, but I took advantage of opportunities that were being published. In fact, coincidentally, when I won the ArcelorMittal scholarship, I had also won the Hungary scholarship. Yeah, in the same time, but I had to forgo the Hungary scholarship because I was already in Ghana. So this scholarship was published on the e-Marshall website, executive Marshall website, and the link was also shared to me by a few colleagues. So I took the advantage to apply for it. When I applied for it, the vetting process was very tough. First, they have to evaluate all of your documents and you have more than 500 Liberian students, applying for this scholarship. So when they went through the documents, I was successful on that line, and then I went to the next stage. So after that, they will call you to come and sit a public test. Yeah, written test where you people will write both English and mathematics, like course and stuff. Yeah, so we went through that and we took the test, came out successfully as well. And then we went to the next stage, which is the interview. The interview, you will now say it is biased. It's not biased because there are people of diverse backgrounds, from different sectors in the mining environment. You got people from Ministry of Education as well who were on the interview panelists. You have people from Grand Bassa, you have people from Nimba County. So it was kind of tough. If you get successful, it is because of one God and your hard work that you put in. So that's how I was able to come in contact with the ArcelorMittal scholarship. But nobody should say this scholarship is biased. No, it's not biased. It is free and fair for everybody. Yeah, it's one of the scholarships that I give, real credit to.
Wow, great. So, want to say welcome to all of you. Ambassador Mike K. Yene Jr. has joined us from Saclepea City, Nimba County. Good evening to tons of you who are following this broadcast. Keep sending in your text reaction. ONESIMUS Zeon is here, a man from Nimba County and Grand Bassa County, a scholar, a Liberian scholar. Now we will say he won his first scholarship, went to Morocco, came back, won another one from the ArcelorMittal. He's now out there in Accra, Ghana, and he has earned for himself.
Takwa.
He has, hello?
Takwa. Takwa.
Oh, Takwa. Sorry, he is in Takwa. He's not in Accra. He's in Takwa in Ghana. There where he's joining us live from tonight on Nimba D-9 TV. And we are doing this that you all who are listening, you can also be just as ONESIMUS is. You can be as Pharisee is. You can be at Eben is. Most of the scholars that we have brought here, you can be like them. So that's why we are bringing these wonderful Liberians out here to all of us, that they will be able to share their story. ONESIMUS, how was life with you, for example, when your foster father was being burned with his family and you moved to Monrovia? How was life with you?
Life, life has been very difficult for me because actually I was born during the war. Yeah, so my whole youthful time, though we had some peace moments where we play as children and youth, but on the average, I didn't have a roller coaster upbringing. So when I was in high school, I would start from my struggle from high school. Let's say after the war, with all of the businesses, the bakeries. My father had bakeries in Nimba County, in Bon County, on Banga Street, right around Port Chadesha. And he had agricultural farm in Urena, as I said. But when the war came, all those things were looted. You understand? So it was like we fell way back as children for our father, but he always picked up his mantle and get us rolling. But after the war, like in 2003, 2004, he was already old and retired from the Triple S, and he was just doing his mini business in front of his shop just to upkeep himself. But then some of us as teenagers at the time, we look into it, our mothers, our fathers are getting older and no other family member, actually putting in support. As men, sometimes you feel stressed and you feel like, okay, I gotta wake up and put the family on my shoulder and move or put my own responsibility on my shoulder. So I started riding motorbike. That is one thing I can never forget about. Motorbike is what has brought me to this level I am today, because my fundamental struggle in high school, my father couldn't support me again. I supported myself from 7th grade up to graduation. Yes. So I wasn't having back for myself. I just used to go to school, come on the motorbike ground. There was something, I don't know if they still call it there, but we were the cowboys. Yeah. So we we used to ride motorbike for people when we come from school. There were opportunities for us to have motorbikes by ourselves, but with the pressure of having motorbike by yourself and with the determined mindset, you look between the line. You are like, nah, I will keep helping other people to at least be able to pay my school fee and feed myself. You understand? And then and go to school. So we went through that. I went through that for more than 7 years until I graduated. When I went to Morocco, it was a tough time. Like I told you, I studied in French and Arabic. So first of all, you have to know the French. Liberia education system, or let's say high school education system, is not the same as the Western world, right? So things that the Western world is doing in the first year, they have already learned it in high school in their last year or in a senior high. So when they go in the university in the first year, they are open to all of those things like the calculus and other stuff. But in Liberia, we are not doing calculus in high school. So, it was tough. But, in life, you just don't have to give up, especially when you know where you are coming from and where you want to be. For this moment,
This is
I'm
really
now,
touching. This is yes. Go ahead, please.
yes, for this used to be. Yeah.
Wow. Want to say welcome to all of you and thanks for joining us. So that process you're talking about is called a helper. You go on the motorbike fee and then you become
Help,
helper to,
yes, help.
to
But we
somebody.
used to call
That's
it
why
help those.
yes. That's why the man who from riding motorbike become has now become the first master degree holder in mining engineer. Ferguson C. Andrew is telling us because he too was on the motorbike field. So we want to say welcome to all of you, wherever you tune in from. Maybe you just put your radio on. This is Nimba D-9 TV. This is, of course, your all-time radio and television broadcast. It's called The Truth of the Matter. This is where we come and say the truth and nothing else but the truth. But it encourages us to get involved with community development. Get you me? We all are doing our different kind of work. I have to come from work where our studio does not have electricity at about this time in Mossorado County. I have to leave from there to go as far almost as my Gibi County to get this broadcast done in somebody's room, in somebody's home. I have to infringe on the people's right to put them outside and set up our equipment to do this broadcast. Maybe sometimes some people feel it's just okay and we are all sitting down to one place all of the time and doing this. No, every Wednesday I have to travel. Like if you are in Ganta, to leave from Ganta to go as far as even to like main area, past Wulena to go to Maine to do this. And I have to go back 10 o'clock in the night to park the car and walk home because at that time no motorbike is going. That is the sacrifice we are making to make sure. I just want to say that because sometimes some people will feel that, oh, because we just right here and talking, we just sitting in the studio all of the time. It's just that we're doing these technical graphic designs. But if I will remove this camera and see where I am, I'm in somebody's home. I'm in somebody's apartment. So again, I want to say welcome. This is the truth of the matter. Our son, our brother, our nephew, Scholar ONESIMUS Zeon is here with us. and he's a foster son to the late Samuel Duki, and it's emotional for him here tonight, living to see all this. So BK Nasabdan says he's following us closely from Saclepea City, Nimba County, and you too can do the same. Now we will open up the lines for you to participate. Probably you are there in Nimba, Grand Bassa, Bomb County, like our brother who called us the other day from Zoe Sloan in Bomb County. To my friend and brother, Honest Gay, who always listening to us from Riverside County. We want to say thank you to all of you who are members and fans of the truth of the matter. So the lines are now declared open. You can call us on 0778 070604 0778 070604, or you can call us on 088 111 0803. If you are on WhatsApp, if you are outside of Liberia or even in Liberia and we want to use the internet to call, you can call us on +231 778 070604. You can call to appreciate ONESIMUS, another motorcycle rider who has turned to be an engineer. His father served the government of Liberia, became old, he could not now sponsor him. With all of the riches they had, bakery, farm, and all of that, because of the war, they could not maintain them no longer. He retired, he was old. The man who could be his destiny helper, Samuel Duki the late, was been killed, gruesomely murdered. He and his family burned in the car on the Banga Monrovia Highway. He lost hope. He was confused. He was neglected. He was thinking his situation neglected him himself. But he said, no, I have to muster the courage. He won his first scholarship, went to Morocco, came back to Liberia, got another scholarship from the ArcelorMittal, merited it as you heard from him. It was not just a bread and butter. Today, he's in Ghana. We got our first caller here. Without not wasting most of our time, we're going to take our first caller here tonight. Good evening, caller. Your name and where have you joined us from?
Hello.
Yes, we are hearing you. You don't need to listen to the television, please. Just listen to the phone and respond to us. Your name and where have you joined us from?
My name is Director Jr. from Kamfu, HP.
You are joining us from where?
Kamfu.
Oh, in Yekepa, you join us on Kamfu. Good evening. How's Kamfu this evening?
Kamfu is cool.
Okay. So can you just 30 seconds? ONESIMUS is here. Is Carlo from ArcelorMittal. He had just graduated with master's degree in Ghana. He was fully being sponsored by ArcelorMittal. What message you have for him and also ArcelorMittal Liberia?
I don't want to appreciate him for his hard work. Yeah, at least for what?
Oh my God, he's been homogenized. I'm very sorry, I did not cut him off. A phone went off. He's our first caller. You can still call us back. He's calling us from Kamfu there in Yekepa, Nimba County. The numbers to call are 0778 070604 or 088 111 0803. Sorry. And our WhatsApp number is +231 778 070604. You can do the same. Okay, you can do the same here tonight. So congratulate ONESIMUS and also ArcelorMittal, and tell us how well you intend to do this. We got another caller from Morocco who has joined us here. We're taking very quickly on the WhatsApp. Good evening, your name and where have you called us from?
Good evening. It's Nimba D-9 TV.
Yes, this is Nimba D-9
I'm
TV.
Titus Derek Williams, calling from Morocco. And I've been following you closely, and my brother in studio, ONESIMUS Zeon. I just called to appreciate him for his hard work. I can still remember somewhere around 2012 when he was riding We were going to the Ministry of Education in Monrovia. After the Morocco bilateral scholarship.
Thank you so much for Morocco. Thank you so much for calling in here tonight. You are our first international caller. Thank you so much, and Onesimus is following. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Nelson.
Yes, so that is a testimony of Onesimus ride motorbike and struggling to go to school, and obviously the D in your name stands for Dwoki. Onesimus Dwoki Zeon. Is that correct?
Yes, Zeon.
Wow.
Zeon is correct.
Wow. So that's good. So sorry, there was another local caller coming in through here. Sorry, we were on the international call. So you can do the same. Okay, the person is now calling us back. And let me take this caller here tonight. Good evening, caller, your name and where have you joined us from?
Hello.
Yeah, please listen to the phone and don't listen to the television or the radio. Oh my God. I hope something is not wrong with our line. But please, when you call in, just listen to the phone. Just listen to the phone and do not listen to the television, please. Your name and where have you joined us from?
Good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where have you joined us from?
Yeah, my name is Cesar Arab Muyan from Yekepa.
Okay, go ahead. 30 seconds.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to my brother in studio, Onesimus Zeon, my comment from the beginner open by Hospital High School. I want to say thanks to him for the topic and in the radio station. Yeah, I'm on testimony of the ArcelorMittal Liberia. I graduated just gone 30 on the academy. So I want to say thank you to you all in studio.
Thank you so very much. Many testimonies are coming tonight. You can do the same. All of you callers can do the same. Thanks to Radio Voice of Yarmein, who is relaying this broadcast from Yekepa, and we are there. So let's take another Scarlet who is, I believe, constrained to call here tonight because of his joy. Good evening, Pharisee Say Andrews.
Good evening, Emma, and to the people of Basung and the Republic of Liberia as a whole. And also to my colleague in studio, Mr. Onesimus Zeon. It was a very sad story when the both of us met while we were on our way, taxi to right as AMU campus. We showed up at the time, but we met after writing the exam, we became friends. So, one another, oh, my man, how is the process and thing? AMU program, you don't have to know anybody whenever the scholarship comes, or you just have to apply, make sure you have all your documents in place, and then you apply. It's a merit-based that when you meet the requirement, you are selected, just as he said. So on this note, let me say thank you so much, Mr. Zeon. Congratulations. He's my colleague. The people all are here. Be joining you guys as soon as possible. I'd like to also congratulate, thank the librarian through ArcelorMittal for this arrangement is between the governor of Liberia and that of ArcelorMittal, making sure that Liberians acquire advanced education to return in country to make contribution to the growth and development of our country. And an opportunity that we were able to be captured as part of this particular scholarship arrangement. And so we remain grateful. I think one of your guests last week on the show.
Absolutely.
And I really appreciate what you continue to do that God gave all our long life as we continue to move on to impact the younger generation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll hold you on there because our local callers, our local callers are calling, so we'll take you off. Thank you so much. We appreciate. We're very sorry, but let's take the local callers. So that's where we say Andrew. So let's take this other. caller. Good evening, caller. Your name and where have you joined us from? Okay, so in the 30 seconds, do not listen to the radio. Listen to the phone, please.
I'm not listening to the radio.
Okay.
On radio.
Okay, good. And your name and where have you joined us from?
Join you for 1 minute.
Oh, we are getting bad feedback from you, please. Hello? Oh, we cannot continue with you. We're very sorry. We actually cut you off. Please adjust and call us because a lot of people listening to this. It's a simulcast broadcast, so we live on Radio Larwheyii in Tappita. We equally so live on Radio Voice of Yarmein Mehnsonnoh in Zekepa, live on Radio Saclepea in Saclepea, and live on Radio Voice of Yarmein. Good evening. Caller, your name and where have you joined us from?
I'm calling from Dolo in Tappita.
Okay, great. Yes, 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate the labor somewhere for another 3 lanes. But that I am very friendly and very open to the people, to us. That he has 2 teams on the mother side, the father side. So I love it, but I'm not so satisfied of what he's trying to say. So let him be open to us. Thank you.
Oh. Well, again, yeah, that's it. But I did not really get his point clearly. But well, thank you for calling, Elder. We actually appreciate. So let me take this other caller. Good evening, caller. Hello. Yes, your name and where have you joined us from? Joshua Yene, welcome to the broadcasts.
I just want to take this time to appreciate our studio guy, Brother ONESIMUS ZEON, for his hard work, yes, and also he comes to ArcelorMittal like your educational system and also toward education.
Thank you so much, Joshua, for calling from Binglan. Good evening to all of you there, and good evening to the people of Binglan. Thank you so much for calling. So yes, so that's how what you've been listening to ONESIMUS from Yekepa to Binglan. Binglan is a town right by the St. John River. It's the last town from Yarwin, Mehnsonnoh to Bum County, actually. Yes, people are Bum County, people are Riverside, people are Nimba, people are Africa, some part of Africa, some part of Guinea, and the world at large. They are tuned in like our friends in Morocco, in Ghana, and all in the States and all of that. Lincoln P. Nyapu is also watching us on Ganta. Thank you, Lincoln, for always following your own broadcast. Emmanuel Danaba Sankari said, great guy, very hardworking. As your supervisor, I wish you the very best in life. So those are commendations coming for you. Let me take another caller here. Good evening, caller. Your name and where have you joined us from? Do not listen to the television. Just listen to the phone, please, when you call. Oh my God. This person is listening to the television and wants to call us. But let's take a quick break here, and then from there we're going to come back to ONESIMUS, and he's going to be giving us his party comments because we have a few more minutes to go. So let's
all right. Well, my name is Chineti Aton. I'm a Liberian. I work with ArcelorMittal, and I'm an ADT operator. I started as FMS driver first. They don't own a broad ADT. They started training on. Now I'm an ADT operator. I feel good. I feel good driving ADT truck. But before driving a truck, my first time operating a truck, it was very difficult because you know, immediately you see the machine head like this, you know, the fear into me. But then I saw other people operating it. Why the person operating it? Why can't I operate it? So, and then I drove fear away. Begin talk to myself. You can do it. Once other people are doing it, you can do it. And then I operate.
So, ArcelorMittal Liberia is transforming tomorrow. See that turning girl right now. Be hell of a thing. With all that much that we do, we want to say thank you to ONESIMUS for affording himself. It's now 10 o'clock here in Liberia, West Africa. And we're going to go to you for your party comments, your message. Maybe you wanted to assess something and we did not touch it. We'll give you 2 minutes to kind of wrap up because other programs are coming up. So we'll listen to you, ONESIMUS.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to say a big thank you to ArcelorMittal Liberia. This company is very impactful to the youth of Liberia, and to also recognize that in my family, I have had several of my little brothers who have benefited from ArcelorMittal. That is on their training academy there. I have Daniel Zeon, who is working with ArcelorMittal now in Buchanan. I have Alexander Zeon, who just graduated. I have John J. Zeon as well. So ArcelorMittal has been very impactful to the youth of Liberia. And we pray that more and more will come out of them. We know that things are not easy, but there are many struggling Liberians that are out there who want to promote their lives. So we would like to encourage them to do more. So for some parting comment as well, I would like to give few words to the youth of, Nimba County, the youth of Grand Bassel, the youth of Liberia at large. I would like you as youth, to pay keen attention to this message that I'm about to give you. Maybe, it could inspire you for tomorrow. So I draw down these few points that today in our country, in our communities, in our society, there is no doubt that, approximately 90% of us are struggling. I want you to remember that there is something, there is nothing bad in struggling to build yourself, your family, and our beloved country, Mama Liberia. Right now, you need to be preparing yourselves to add your voice to national conversations. You need to prepare yourselves to be informed and engaged as a citizen, to serve and to lead, to stand up for our proud, Liberian values. And we also need to honor them in your daily lives. And that means getting the best education possible so you can think critically, so you can express yourselves clearly, so you can get a good job and support yourself, support your family, so you can be positive force in your communities. And when you encounter obstacle, because I guarantee you, you will definitely, or even right now, you may be, encountering some obstacles. But when you are struggling and you start to think about giving up, I want you to remember something, that have carried me all through my struggle, all through my journey, nearly 1.5 decades ago. And something that has carried me through every moment of my life. And that is the power of hope. Keep the hope alive. The belief that something is better, always possible, if you are willing to work for it and fight for it. According to the former First Lady of the United States of America, Michelle Obama, she said, "It is our fundamental belief in the power of hope, and that has allowed us to rise above the voices of doubts and division, of anger and fear that we have faced in our own lives and in the life of our country. The hope that if we work hard enough and believe in ourselves, then we can be whatever we dream of, regardless of the limitation that people or other people will place on us. The hope that when people see us for who we truly are, maybe, just maybe, they too will be inspired to rise up to their best positive or possible selves. That is the hope of Facebook CEO like Mark Zuckerberg, who fight to discover his gift, and share them with the world. Other great people, they found hope in struggling. It is the hope of school counselors, teachers, lecturers, and all these folks who guide students, and young people every step of the way and refusing to give up on even a single young person. It was the hope of my late father, Mr. Zeon, who got up every day to do his job at the Special Security Service. He drove taxi, he invested in agriculture and other businesses, and the same hope that one day his kids will go to college and have opportunities he never dreamed of. That is the kind of hope that every single one of us, politicians, parents, preachers, all of us need to be providing for our young people, because that is what will move our country forward every single day. Our hope for the future and the hard work that hope inspires. So to conclude with the famous quote from Ola Rotimi in The Gods Are Not to Blame, he said, and I quote, "The struggle of a man begins at birth. That is men must struggle no matter what you do. So don't be afraid, be focused, be determined, be hopeful, be empowered. Empower yourselves with good education. Then get out there and use that education to build a country worthy of your boundless promise. Lead by example with hope, never fear." So that is my message to young people as a struggling young man who have navigated my way this far in life. It is just simple. Thank you for listening, and I hope you take this message into serious consideration. Thank you to D9 TV for hosting me. I didn't expect this, but it was well welcome, and I want to appreciate you for doing this for a lot of young people, because people go to school, they come back to Liberia and they struggle for job. Sometimes people say, "Oh, why young people are all in the street?" These are the reasons. When people go to school, the reason they go to school, especially when you gave them scholarship, is to be able to use them. You cannot, invest your resources into something that you are not going to use. So that would be very, devastating to the person and to yourself. So I want to thank the people of Nimba for listening and for giving me a few words of encouragement. I hope to see you people in the coming days. I will be in Liberia on Monday by the help of God. Thank you very much to every one of you.
Wow. Wow. What a breathtaking moment. What a breathtaking parting comments from a scholar like you. Hope is alive. Let's continue to keep our hope alive. Uriah Goah said, "Veteran, my respect. You are getting commendation again." Matthew Gokpa says he's falling from your home ground battle. So Matthew M. T. Jr. said, "Hello, I'm joining you guys from Christian Community Saclepea, Nimba County. Thank you for your update." Emmanuel, okay, he joined us earlier on. So what is it? Thank you on this month. It was good having you here. Thanks a lot. And to all other scholars around the world from Liberia, the moment we hear about you, will come. This is another way of selling you. This is another way of making you to be known, and that your impact can be reached. A lot of us, a lot of other scholars have been able to be picking up from this show, and some of them are even working and all of that. We want to say thank you for the strength that God has given to the Nimba D-9 TV family and the One Nimba House Media Incorporated team and all of the community radio stations that have given us free airtime. We're not paying for this airtime. The only thing we're paying for, which is expensive, is the internet connectivity, because if we come on the internet, we need to pay for the services. So of course, we pay almost like every day on our own. We pay almost like maybe $10-15 US every Wednesday to make sure that all of the community radio stations co-hosts have data, to make sure that we buy the software that we're using here, that we can see you and you see us, and we play all kinds of different things. So we're just grateful to the management and staff and all of our support staff, our team out there. We want to say thank you. God will bless all of you. Merry Christmas. We look forward to seeing you when you come with Interface. So you will have a very good night, and thank you for inspiring all of us. I was equally so inspired by your message, especially your parting comments. Hope, gentlemen, if you are out there, keep hope alive. Thank you so much, ONESIMUS. Have a wonderful night in Ghana. Thank you for joining us. So that is it. And I want to say thank you to all of our co-hosts out there tonight. It has been a fascinating time here. Indeed, wonderful time. So just my quick message to all of you. Demonstration is good, but sometimes when you don't have control over it, people will misinterpret what you've done. I've read from some chat rooms that there are people calling themselves concerned citizens of Blue Loan. They're going to go stop the company that is working there because they're not facing breach, they're not facing this, they're not facing that. You guys have to rethink. Our citizens, you got to rethink. Something is better than nothing. You hear from ONESIMUS here right now. Something is better than nothing. The company may not be doing all they can. Even the government of Liberia may not be doing all they can. If your government cannot even do all they can for you, and the company is even trying to do role into your community, trying to even help with your children's school fees and putting monies into your bank account, even if it's not all, there is something called dialogue. There's something called reasoning. Our country is going backward because people who call themselves educated people will not come back and say, look, we're coming to conduct clean up campaign for our community. They're coming back to incite you. They're coming back to confuse you. They are not living in those communities. They live in Monrovia, in a place that when you even walk to the hospital now, you can't get medicine. We are challenged as a nation of people. What we can do is to collectively bring our ideas together to help. Development is not for one person. We got to stop and tell people who are planning to disrupt the peace that our district and communities are enjoying. Today, with all of the different activities, through the dialogue process that is going on with ArcelorMittal, Liberia, and all of that, now you see there are some progress. There are some progress. Our brothers are now graduating with master's degree. People who will ride motorbike, they will now come and will be working for these companies and be able to help other people. Demonstration will not help us. It is a fundamental right. But when you don't do it right, you got to start something before people join you. What are you caring for your people this season? Some of you got clothes stored into your homes. You are saying when you take it to your friends and relatives, they will make witch with you. But you're carrying demonstration to them. It should be rejected. Dialogue should be the best way to go. Dialogue will be the best way to go. Whoever offends you, you come under the Palawa hut. When those people are defiant of listening to you, of course, yes, they are rule of law. There are things people do. Company can be sued, and company can also sue. So we have to be cautious of what we do. We have to be very careful of our activities as a nation and people. We woke up this morning. It might be electrical fault. Like just what ONESIMUS said. There should be an investigation which the president has instructed all relevant agencies to carry on an investigation to know what happened to the burning of the joint chambers of the Capitol building today. Liberia, Liberians. This is the only country that we have. What is it that we can give to our country? We want to say good evening to all of our friends who are challenged with epilepsy in our community. Thank you for standing up for them. Thank you for not rejecting them. Let's continue. Let's pray. We are on another rally again. You can contribute to those rallies that we can buy their medicine. They are our friends. They will become some people. Most of them are now returning to school. Those are things we want to see. I want to close with this prayer for all of us tonight. And from there, we're going to be closing. My name is Ambassador Edmund Walakewon Gbarwee. This is the prayer we'll take.
Any system of authorization, whether as a result of personal sin, whether as a result of territorial sin, or foundations and bloodline, by the mercy of God, I decree and declare their legal hold over you is hereby broken. Hereby broken. Therefore, every negative pattern, every frequent occurrence that is inconsistent with that which the word of God says should be, in the name that is above all names, I bring to end those patterns now.
So that's it. I want to say thank you to all of you who tuned in here tonight to the broadcast. It has been a wonderful time. Thank you. Thank you to the various radio stations for all that you continue to do. For all that you continue to do. It's always a joy that we can all be together and do this. Happy birthday to all of our friends and family who have birthday today. Those who lost their family, we want to say thank you. Make sure you lock your doors, be your brother's keeper. And thank you to all of our local leaders. And sometimes we have to be able to share our thoughts with you. But again, Emmanuel T, yes, Baku, you strong. I beg you, so this is what President Joseph Boakai said, and we will close on this note today. He was very, very down seeing the Capitol building with that.
There's a lot of wanton destruction that is going on in this country. Beginning with this, we're not going to tolerate this anymore in this country. We are a poor country. People are trying to help us, and other people are bent on destroying this country. You have problem. We have the rule of law. We have every way in this place to be able to listen to you. But we're not going to accept this. And we're asking the Minister of Justice, all of the security apparatus, including our friends, to investigate this letter. People who are culprit, we will deal with them, and we'll set the tune for all other people who, when they get angry, they burn down the police, they destroy this. We're not going to allow this. So we just want to say, to console the members of the first family in this government, that we're in sympathy with them, but this destruction we have to stop. And we're not going to allow this to happen in this country. But people who have problems, we have the way to remedy all the issues in this country. So that's all I have to tell you. I'm happy that you are here. You will look at yourself, but we're not going to settle for this. This is not a place for hooligans. This is a place for responsible people who are here to serve the Liberian people. This country is poor, and I don't care what they do, we'll build this country for the interest of...
That's the one I like from the president. So people who can't come into you, let's go demonstrate, let's go do this, call them hooligans. The president is saying they're not going to tolerate that in this country. When they come, ask them, what did you bring? What did you bring? Where are your children? Let them bring our children to you. They should not come and put you into problem. Good night and have a wonderful time. Some of those people, they lack discipline.
The directors of education that you listen to here, they are men.
you.